Welcome back to Life of Birch. This is Birch, and I could not be more excited to make this video today because we're changing my Rebel 500 to seriously my dream color that I've always wanted.
Perfect.
That is right, this is the last time you will ever see this bike gloss black. So let's take one more final look at it in this color before we tear off the rear fender and the tank to replace them with factory pieces that will make it my dream color that I have always wanted ever since I first laid eyes on this color at the dealer. She's a beaut already, but I cannot wait to see what she's going to look like. Now, before we start tearing this thing apart, make sure to pause the video real quick and leave a comment letting me know what color do you think I'm going to make this bike. Alright, without further ado, let's get straight to it. The first thing we have to do is remove this rear fender. All we're doing is removing the painted part, not the entire fender. So the first thing that we need to do is remove these two bolts on top, which are going to be a 6mm Allen key. Obviously, there should be a second one here, but I have one on the way. Yours will have one, I promise. And then we come under here, and there's just two 10mm bolts that are to hold on the rear tail light. Next, you'll just want to swing the license plate out of the way and remove this with a 5mm hex key. Now that we have these removed and these removed, this part is free. You just gotta yank up on it, but there are still some wires running through here for the brake light, so we'll have to take the seat off in order to slide those through. You just remove the seat right here and right here with a 5mm hex key. Now we just need to get this tray out of our way, which is a 10mm here and a 10mm here. So this is your regulator rectifier, and to get that out of the way, you just push down on that tab right there, slide that off, and then you can just hang it right there. Now you can see this is where the wires go through the fender part that we need to take off. So first we need to get rid of this plastic piece. There's a push pin here, and should be a push pin here, but it looks like mine broke. So to get this out, all you're going to want to do is take something like a knife, push that in. You'll see the middle part is pushed in, and then it'll just pop right out. Once we have all three of the pins out of the way, this just pops right out of the way for you. Now the wires that need to be snaked through are all connected here for your brake light and turn signals. For these tabs, you just want to take something like a knife or your fingernail, lift up on that right there, and it'll pull right out. And these are all color coded, so you know how to put them back in. Now we can snake them under here. Grab the fender and lift up. And then we'll just want to fish those through. And it is free. It is off. Now we just want to reverse those steps to put the new fender on, making sure to reuse this little rubber grommet because the new fender does not come with one. Now the moment of truth. What rear fender do I have? It is the flat black fender. Now the question is, what color is the tank going to be? First, let's get this thrown back on. And just like that, the fender is back on. The only thing I want to note is that we're keeping the seat off because we'll need it off to get to this in order to take the tank off. Now for the step that I'm most excited to see the end result of, but most nervous to do because I've never swapped out a gas tank before, and that is swapping the gas tank out. The first step is going to be removing this right here, which is a 5/16 Allen key. Alright, now with that removed, it just lifts up, and then the front, you're just going to slide back. So you just want to lift this up, grab the sides, and then kind of shimmy it back until it comes out. Now on the right hand side of the bike, you have this line right here that you're just going to want to pull straight down on to take off. And on the left hand side of the bike, you have a similar one right here that you're going to want to pull down. Now on the left side, you want to undo this electrical connection for the fuel pump by just pushing down and pulling back. Alright, and now we're on the right side of the bike. We're going to lean the tank over some, but I do, if you'll notice, have this peg still in the hole, so it's not as likely to tip backwards. This fuel line is in this little clamp right here, so you want to pull that out, which gives you a little bit more room to work with. And now right here is where it's going to disconnect. These white clips are kind of a safety measure, so you're going to want to push each side out and pull that out the other side. Now that the white clip is out, we pushed it through on this side, spin it around to this side, and it has two black clips here and here. You kind of got to spread those apart to pull it off. For this part, I have my lovely assistant, aka wife, here to hold the tank in place, because this is the last thing holding it on, so we don't want it to fall if we can prevent it. And just like that, the tank is off. Now, I did not think to siphon the gas out beforehand, so if I were you, I'd probably do that. I have to siphon it out now, and then we'll swap over the gas cap up top and the fuel pump on the bottom. Now for the moment you have all been waiting for. Make sure your guesses are in the comments, and we're about to find out what color I went with. I'll help you cheat if you actually know me in person. It's my favorite color. I want the brand new Acura NSX in this color so badly, and when I was in real estate, my branding was this color. Oh my gosh. I went with the orange. It looks so good. I don't know if you can tell how crazy that pearl in the paint looks when the sun hits it. I am so excited. It is going to look so freaking good. Alright, let's get this thing on. Since apparently I'm feeling a little bit slow today and did not siphon the gas out yet, and also don't have anything to siphon it out, we're just going to dump as much as we can from there into this bowl that I have. Okay, now to get the gas cap off, it's just these 5 bolts right here, and it's a 2.5mm Allen key. And an important thing to note is that these are different lengths, so it's going to go long, short, long, short, long. In order to get it all the way off, you just have to take your key and unlock it like normal, and then it'll pop right off. Now just take everything and do the reverse of that on the new tank. And again, just remember it goes long, short, long, short, long. Finally, to get the fuel pump off, you just want to remove these 6 nuts right here, and they are all 10mm. And it's worth noting that the 2 taller ones are right here and right here. The others are the same shorter ones. Alright, and then it should just wiggle right out. There is your fuel pump. Alright, now let's flip this over and reverse that process to get the fuel pump installed on this tank. And we are in business. Everything is swapped over. I'm sure it would be a really smart idea to get some gas in this to make sure that the gasket is sealed, but unfortunately we don't have any, so we're just going to swap everything back over and just hope for the best. So putting it back on, it is just everything from taking it off, just in the reverse order. It is also worth noting that this little rubber grommet from the stock tank that goes right here has to be swapped over to the new tank. Oh my freaking gosh, guys. I love this color. It looks so freaking sick. Oh my gosh. If I wasn't trying to keep this channel semi-family friendly, I would be losing my crap right now. Now, one thing that I was unsure of when I was ordering these parts is the fact that not a lot of people realize this, but while most Rebels have the gloss black frame, from the factory, this orange color actually has a flat black frame. So this is the orange with a gloss black frame, a little bit different, so I wasn't sure if it would make a big difference, but it looks so freaking good. Oh man. Chase your dreams, people. Chase your freaking dreams. I have wanted this color since it came out, and my local dealership had leftover 2019s in this color, and after tax, tag, title, all that kind of stuff, the cheapest I could have gotten it was $6,400 out the door. Needless to say, I have built this bike for substantially less than that. I won't say how much, but expect a price reveal video coming once all the parts are on it. But look at me go. Holy crap, I love this color. There's only one thing left to do. Let's throw the seat back on, and then I'm gonna go to the gas station and get some gas so we can throw it in this bad boy and take it for the first spin as an orange Rebel. Alright, and we should have enough gas to get us to the gas station for a proper fill up. And actually, just to drive my point home about how orange is my favorite color, here is one of my marketing pieces from when I was a real estate agent. Hashtag buy with Birch, rocking that orange. And I actually took a picture of this with the orange NSX that I wanted. Let's see if she starts up. Oh, we are in business, boys. We just fueled up. She's running beautifully. No leaks anywhere, knock on wood. And I rolled it back into the sun so you can see how ridiculous this color looks in the sun. Hopefully you can see all the flakes and the pearl in there. It looks so crazy. So we're just going to cruise down real quick and wait for the sun to set. And we're going to finish this off with some beautiful shots of the sunset with this killer orange. Alright guys, that does it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully this video helped you understand just how simple it is to swap out the fender and the tank. Oh, green Lamborghini. Anyway, how easy it is to swap out the fender and the tank to get the color that you want. So make sure that if you find a really good deal on a Rebel, but it's not the color you want, you don't let that stop you from getting it. And keep in mind, this is fairly cheap to do also. I spent about $485 on the tank and the fender brand new, and I figure I could probably sell my old ones for $300 for both of them, and then I'm only $100 and something into a brand new factory paint job on the bike. So I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure to go check out all of my other Rebel 500 videos. I just got this bike 2 weeks ago, and we got plenty more how-tos on the way, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace!